In today's fiercely competitive environment, opportunities are complex and challenges are numerous. It's a matter of survival, adapt, or perish. Everyone yearns for success to build a career, establish a stable family, and achieve a fulfilling life. However, to secure a stable position in the marketplace or society, to advance without retreating, without a sophisticated system of philosophy and strategic wisdom that deeply understands human nature, success is incredibly difficult to attain. I will present to you 36 strategies, practical techniques for navigating human affairs, hoping they can help everyone grasp the key to achieving harmony with others, the most critical aspect of the triad: heaven's timing, earth's advantage, and human harmony. This is also the foundation for smooth sailing, paving the way for brilliant success.
Strategy 1. The strategy of bestowing favors. How to build your ledger of human kindness. In social interactions, when you see an opportunity to help someone, you must immediately seize it, like a starving squirrel grabbing the last nut on the ground. Because human kindness is wealth, the fundamental purpose of social interactions is to forge bonds of kindness and create connections. You must value human kindness as much as you value money to seize opportunities when they arise. Asking for help is passive. But when others owe you a bit of kindness, seeking their help becomes easy, sometimes without even needing to ask. Most successful people excel at building human connections, willingly helping others. The art of bestowing favors is the most basic strategy and technique in the science of human relationships, the most effective and reliable method to leverage the benefits of social connections.
When helping others, you must adhere to the following basic principles. First, when doing a favor, do not speak too openly, causing the other person to lose face, and never boast about helping someone to others. Second, do not give too much help at once to avoid making the other person feel indebted or even ashamed, which could lead to severed ties. Third, as a leader, you must make your subordinates feel deeply connected to you, so they willingly dedicate themselves to you. Fourth, choose the recipient of your favors carefully. Greedy people are like hungry tigers. Helping them may not prevent them from turning on you. The following stories illustrate the strategy of bestowing favors. Story 1. Forging human bonds to pave future paths. Mr. Qian Zhongshu lived a peaceful, ordinary life, but while writing Fortress Besieged in Shanghai, his circumstances became dire, forcing him to let go of hired help. His wife Yang Zhongtao had to manage household chores with great difficulty. At that time, his scholarly manuscripts found no buyers, so he turned to writing novels to earn money, producing only 500 words a day, hardly a commercially viable pace. Fortunately, Huang Zuolin, who had earned money directing 2 plays adapted from Yang Xiong's works, As You Wish and Truth from Pretense, stepped in to help the Qian family overcome their hardship. Years later, Huang Zuolin's daughter, Huang Duqin, was granted permission by Qian Zhongshu to adapt Fortress Besieged into a film after her father sent a letter to Qian. This opportunity launched her to fame. Having been helped throughout his life, Qian Zhongshu never forgot. 40 years earlier, Huang Zuolin's aid, whether intentional or not, secured a bond of kindness. 40 years later, Qian Zhongshu repaid that emotional debt. As the proverb goes, at home, rely on parents, abroad, rely on friends. One more friend means one more path. To be loved, you must first love others. By helping others achieve their goals with kindness, you accumulate a debt of gratitude. This is like storing grain for a famine, ensuring blessings even for your descendants, known as ancestral virtue. Back then, director Huang Zuolin didn't think so far ahead or calculate benefits, but later, events brought him some reward. There is no fixed rule for forging human connections. A person in dire straits helped by a peer with even just a single coin to stave off starvation might rise to greatness and build a prosperous empire. For a carefree wanderer, a heartfelt conversation might transform them into a serious, confident person, perhaps turning a reckless soul teetering on the edge into a gallant warrior charging across the plains. In everyday life, a trusting glance at a just act can inspire righteousness. A round of applause or an unintentional encouragement of a new idea can spark innovation, costing nothing yet winning hearts. In truth, everyone needs help and must help others on life's journey. Helping others is an act of virtue. Nothing reflects a generous heart and bold spirit more than aiding others. Never underestimate a comforting word to someone in despair, a gentle pat on the shoulder for someone about to fall, or sincere trust in someone hopeless. These may cost you nothing but mean warmth, support, and solace to those in need. Conversely, refusing to help prioritizes petty personal triumphs. Such people's eyes grow dull and indifferent, their hearts clouded with dark thoughts. They see others' struggles as their gain and others' failures as fodder for gossip. When someone reaches out for help, they coldly brush it aside. When others suffer, they sit smugly unmoved. Faced with injustice, they never draw their sword to assist, ignoring those in mortal peril while offering excuses to justify their inaction. Selfish such people wouldn't pluck a single hair to benefit the world. During the Warring States period, there was a small state called Zhongshan. Once the king of Zhongshan hosted a feast for the state scholars, but they ran out of mutton soup, leaving some without a share. One man, Sima Ziki, who didn't get any soup, harbored resentment and fled to the state of Chu, persuading its king to attack Zhongshan. Chu, a powerful state, easily conquered Zhongshan. Zhongshan fell, and its king fled to another state. While escaping, the king noticed two armed men guarding him and asked, "Why are you here?" They replied, "Long ago a man was saved from starvation by a bowl of rice you gave him. We are his sons. Before he died, our father instructed us to serve you with our lives, if Zhongshan ever faced calamity, to repay your kindness." Hearing this, the king sighed. Resentments, deep or shallow, wound the heart. "I lost my kingdom over a bowl of mutton soup." Creating resentment doesn't depend on its depth, but on whether it hurts someone's heart. Helping others doesn't depend on how much you give, but on whether it meets their needs at the right moment. The king of Zhongshan lost his kingdom over a bowl of mutton soup, but gained two brave warriors who protected his life because of a humble bowl of rice. This story illustrates the marvel of human relationships in bestowing favors. Helping or hurting others doesn't hinge on the quantity, but on the presence of human kindness. The second story, help others without causing them to lose face. A friend shared a story about his ancestor who deeply understood human nature. At the time, the ancestor was very poor. One snowy day, he went to a wealthy man in the village to borrow money. That day, the wealthy man was in a good mood and immediately lent him 2 silver coins, saying, "Take it and use it, no need to repay." The ancestor hurriedly tucked the money into his pocket and rushed home with the wealthy man calling after him, "No need to repay." The next morning, when the wealthy man opened his door, he found all the snow cleared even from the roof. Upon inquiry, he learned it was the ancestor who had cleared the snow. The wealthy man realized that giving charity had turned the ancestor into a beggar in his eyes. So he went to the ancestor's house and asked him to write a promissory note for the 2 silver coins to preserve the ancestor's dignity. The ancestor cleared the snow to protect his self-respect, and the wealthy man demanded a debt to maintain the ancestor's dignity in his eyes. There are no beggars in this world, nor did the ancestor see himself as one. Turning kindness into charity may seem similar in words, but the meaning is vastly different. People often help others while considering it a favor, inwardly priding themselves as superior. This attitude is dangerous and often leads to adverse consequences, helping others without adding to one's ledger of human kindness, or, worse, diminishing existing bonds. In ancient times, there was a great hero named Guo Jie. A man from Luoyang, embroiled in a feud, sought help from several prominent figures in Luoyang to mediate, but to no avail. Later, he approached Guo Jie for assistance. Guo Jie agreed and resolved the matter successfully. Afterward, he told the man, "I heard many esteemed figures in Luoyang tried to mediate this issue, but failed to reach an agreement. I was fortunate to resolve it. I know you value me, but I'm concerned for myself. I'm not from Luoyang, yet I succeeded where Luoyang's figures did not, which might cause them to lose face." He continued, "Since it's come to this, I ask you to help me once. Pretend I couldn't resolve this either. Tomorrow when I leave Luoyang, those figures may approach you. Please preserve their dignity by acting as if they resolved it. I rely on you for this. Everyone values their dignity. By giving others face, you offer them a gift. When you need help, they'll likely reciprocate, even if reluctantly. This is the essence of building a ledger of human kindness. People go to great lengths to protect their dignity, even doing things beyond ordinary reason. Knowing how much people value face, you must be careful not to embarrass others in public and avoid actions that cause them to lose face. Always keep in mind a simple principle: every action prompts an equal reaction. As long as you act with care and consistently preserve others' dignity, you'll earn immense respect in return. When helping others, consider these points. First, don't make the person feel indebted to you. Second, act naturally, so they don't immediately sense your help, but gradually come to appreciate your kindness over time. This is the ideal approach. Third, help others cheerfully, without showing reluctance. If you help grudgingly, thinking it's a burden, or if the recipient doesn't respond with gratitude and you feel they're ungrateful despite your efforts, such an attitude should neither be shown nor even entertained in your mind. If the recipient is considerate, the kindness you offer will not be like an arrow shot without return. They will surely find a way to repay you. You should frequently help such grateful people. In summary, human relationships thrive on mutual help, but we shouldn't overtly say, "Need something. Help me once and I'll help you back." Ignoring the emotional aspect of interactions makes relationships feel transactional and unsustainable. Act naturally without hidden motives to avoid making others think befriending this person is only worthwhile if there's something to gain. The third story, giving water to the thirsty. Providing charcoal in the cold or water to the thirsty is a special form of kindness. When someone is in distress and desperately needs help, this is the most basic act of compassion anyone can understand. We all have needs, some urgent, some less so. When we face urgent needs and receive help, our gratitude is profound, often unforgettable for a lifetime. To someone starving, a single potato is worth more than a mountain of gold in times of prosperity. When someone shares your passion and connects with you, it sparks immense joy, a memory cherished forever. Two people who share a bond can become friends. To win someone's heart, you must understand their inner needs. Before the Three Kingdoms period, Zhou Yu was still unfulfilled. Serving under Yuan Shu, he was appointed magistrate of the small county of Juchao, a minor official at best. At that time, Juchao suffered a famine, worsened by poor harvests and turmoil. The food shortage grew dire. The people of Juchao resorted to eating tree bark, roots and grass, with many dying of starvation, and soldiers too weak to fight. As the local magistrate, Zhou Yu witnessed this tragedy but was at a loss for solutions. Someone suggested that a wealthy philanthropist nearby Lu Su had granaries full of grain and urged Zhou Yu to borrow food from him. Zhou Yu visited Lu Su. After exchanging pleasantries, Zhou Yu spoke frankly, "I won't hide it, brother. I've come to ask to borrow grain." Lu Su, seeing Zhou Yu's refined and talented demeanor, recognized his potential for greatness beyond a mere magistrate of Juchao. He laughed heartily and said, "That's a small matter. I agree." Lu Su personally showed Zhou Yu his granaries. At the time, Lu Su had 2 granaries each, holding 3,000 bushels of grain. He said, "No need to borrow, I'll give you 1 granary." Zhou Yu was stunned by Lu Su's generosity. In a famine, grain was life itself. Lu Su's act deeply moved Zhou Yu and they became friends. Later, as Zhou Yu rose to become a general of the Wu state, he remembered Lu Su's kindness and recommended him to Sun Quan. This gave Lu Su the opportunity to achieve greatness. Those who receive charcoal in the snow always hold a special affection for their benefactor. For someone in hardship, mere sympathy is not enough. Concrete actions to help them overcome their plight are needed. Only then will they feel true gratitude, fostering friendship. Here are some key insights for this method. First, those who drink their fill often leave the well behind. Thus, you must give just enough to keep them slightly thirsty, ensuring they still rely on you. Once they no longer depend on you, they may cease to respect you. Second, a leader should motivate subordinates but not fully satisfy their desires. Instead, provide help, gradually to ensure their loyal and devoted service. Third, avoid showing excessive kindness that makes the recipient feel inferior or resentful, as they may feel unable to repay you or see themselves as inadequate.